Hör du morgen von mir? Hör du morgen von mir? Hör du morgen von mir? Hör du morgen. Red light stops the traffic on the Ave. Here come the boys with the bucket in the side. Squeegee man, dirty rag in the hand. Taking over the intersection land. They don't ask permission, they just start to wipe. Creating the tension and the aggressive hype. Driver waving no through the glass pane, but they wash it off the dirt and the acid rain. Slap the soapy water, smear it around. The most annoying hustle in the whole town. Give me $1. They shout through the door, looking for the money and looking for more. It's extortion with a smile and a grin. Soapy water dripping on a shiny tin. Traffic light changes, horns start to blow, but they ain't moving until they get the dope. Squeegee man, blinking off the lane, driving the commuters completely insane. Dirty water bucket in the air. They don't care if you think it's unfair. Hustle on the corner, hustle at the light, working from the morning till the middle of the night. Businessmen in suits, looking terrified, locking the doors and trying to hide. They see the wild eyes, see the ripped shirt, afraid of the danger and afraid of the dirt. But the squeegee man is just trying to eat, surviving the chaos of the city street. It ain't a robbery, it's a service trade. Even if the customer is feeling afraid, jump on the hood, wipe the windshield clean. Part of the gritty and the urban scene. Some get angry, some get violent, some just pay to keep the situation silent. It's a class of classes, glass in between. The cleanest windshield that you ever seen. Pocket the quarter, move to the next, leaving the driver confused and perplexed. Squeegee man, pull off the lane, driving up a meters, completely insane. Dirty water bucket in the air. They don't care if you think it's unfair. Hustle on the corner, hustle at the light, working from the morning to the middle of the night. Her mayor says he gonna clean up the mess. Put the squeegee man to the legal test. Arrest him for the water, arrest him for the rag. Putting the hustle in the body bag. But you can't stop the hunger, can't stop the need. Like trying to stop the growing of the weed. They'll be back tomorrow, different face, running the intersection relay race. As long as there's cars and red lights too, there's gonna be a squeegee man waiting for you. So keep some change in the ashtray cup, or get your window smeared and messed up. Squeegee man legend, urban myth, taking the liberties and taking a piss. Squeegee man, blocking up the lane, driving the commuters completely insane. Dirty water bucket in the air. They don't care if you think it's unfair. Hustle on the corner, hustle at the light, working from the morning to the middle of the night. Squeegee man.
Hey, thanks, boss. Car speed's off.
Yo, you know the man. Check it out, boy. Yo, you know the man. Check it out, boy. Yo, you know the man. Check it out, boy. Yo, you know the man. Check it out, boy. Yo, life is a numbers game. Check the stats. Dodging the traps and the city rats. Jungle remetic. Calculate the risk. Saving the data to the mental disc. One wrong turn equals zero chance. Caught in a dangerous and deadly dance. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Trying to keep the train on the rusty track. 50-50 odds if you make a move. With everything to lose and a lot to prove. I count the exits when I enter the room. Subtracting the danger and the pending doom. Divide the profit, multiply the fear. Keeping the enemies from getting near. It's a formula written in the street code. Carrying the heavy and the numeric load.
Young with arithmetic, do the math. Walking the narrow in the calculated path. Add up the pros, subtract the cons. Surviving the dust and surviving the dawn. Numbers don't lie, people always do. Figuring the equation of me and you. Yo.
10% talent, 90% grind, leaving the laziness lagging behind. 1,000 hours to master the skill. Climbing the side of the impossible hill. One bullet costs less than a loaf of bread. A grim equation for the living dead.
The probability of making it out is clouded by the shadow of the heavy doubt. But I run the numbers, find the variable, making the impossible bearable. Geometry of angles, physics of the force. Stay in the path and stay in the course. I count my blessings, count my friends before the calculation finally ends. Don't be a statistic, be an outlier, setting the average on a sudden fire.
Jungle arithmetic, do the math, walk in the narrow and the calculated path. Add up the pros, subtract the cons, surviving the dust and surviving the dawns. Numbers don't lie, people always do. Figuring the equation of me and you.
Yo, the census take missed a couple of rows. The hidden population that nobody knows. We are the remainder, the fraction left. Survivors of the struggle and the grand theft. I balance the ledger, keep the book straight. Negotiating with the heavy hand of fate. Zero tolerance for the foolishness. Cleaning up the equation and the mess. If X equals trouble, solve for Y. Underneath the heavy and the mathematical sky. Junk of arithmetic, school of hard knocks. Ticking away on the precision clocks. Sum it all up, the answer is clear. Survival is the only thing that matters here. Yo,
Jungle arithmetic, do the math, walk in the narrow and the calculated path. Add up the pros, subtract the cons, surviving the dust and surviving the dawns. Numbers don't lie, people always do. Figuring the equation of me and you. No calculator, Brennan style. Yo, yep, you know what I mean? Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Sound.
Calculate your prentice sound.
Yeah. I know the do it all like now. Started off a lies over the mill. Try me at it now, then what say? We sell by hand, no one wants you or saying. But you wanting to add a pins, you know what I'm saying? Little shit, trying to move on and shoot up. Let it go, let it go.
The city has a memory that's short and thin, forgetting the virtue and forgetting the sin. Asphalt erasure, scrubbing out the name, removing the player from the heavy game. I saw a man fall right here last week. Now the kids playing hide and seek. No chalk outline, no stain on the ground. Just the heavy silence and the traffic sound. The world moves on, it doesn't hit the pause. Obeying the brutal and the natural laws. We think we are kings, think we leave a mark, but we just a flicker in the infinite dark. The rain washes everything into the drain. The joy and the triumph in the heavy pain. You disappear quick when you lose the step, losing the reputation and the heavy rep. Asphalt erasure, wiping the slate, cleaning up the mess of the twisting fate. Here today, gone tomorrow, forgotten fast, leaving the future and the present past. The street don't mourn, the street don't cry, underneath the heavy and the neutral sky. Yo. Posters on the wall, rest in peace. Fading in the sun and the wind release. Take peels off, paper turns to dust. Iron gates covered in the orange rust. New faces come, occupy the space. Running the eternal in the relay race. They don't know the history, don't know the ghost who used to stand here and propose a toast. It's a humbling thought, checks the ego down. In the middle of the busy and the crazy town. You are replaceable, just a cog in the wheel. No matter how important that you think you feel. The asphalt is a canvas that is painted black, covering the footprint and the heavy track, absorbing the story, swallowing the sound, deep in the layer of the underground. Asphalt erasure, wiping the slate, cleaning up the mess of the twisting fate. Here today, gone tomorrow, forgotten fast, leaving the future and the present past. The street don't mourn, the street don't cry, underneath the heavy and the neutral sky. So I walk light, try to leave a dent before the energy and the time is spent. But I know the truth, I know the deal, how the asphalt and the concrete feel. Indifferent, cold, solid and hard, dealing the joker and the losing card. Making peace now, Say your final word before the voice is silenced and is never heard. Asphalt erasure is the final cleaners for the big timers and the misdemeanor. We all get washed by the hose of time, leaving no reason and leaving no rhyme. Just a clean street waiting for the next. In the simple and the brutal text, asphalt erasure, wiping the slate, cleaning up the mess of the twisting fate. Here today, gone tomorrow, forgotten fast, leaving the future and the present past. The street don't mourn, the street don't cry, underneath the heavy and the neutral sky. Sky.
Rain falling, car tires on wet pavement, fade out. Rain falling, car tires on wet pavement, fade out. Rain falling, car tires on wet pavement, fade out.
Yeah. Second out. Still smarty on them now. Mark Long.
Boost up, wobble. Street out the hand.
Yeah. I win the win, cutting through the alleyway, turning the night into a frozen gray. I see the man unfolding the box, checking the time on the invisible clocks. Cardboard mattress, thin layer of brown, separating the body from the frozen ground. It used to hold a fridge or a washing machine. Now it's part of the homeless in the street routine. He tapes the corners, builds a little wall, protecting himself from the inevitable fall. No pillow, just a bundle of the rags, keeping his possessions in the plastic bags. It's architecture, simple and crude, in a city that is wealthy and incredibly rude. He lays down, pulls the flap tight, disappearing in the heavy and the lonely night. Cardboard mattress, sleeping on the street, where the luxury and the poverty meet. A paper castle, fragile and weak, the only shelter that the desperate seek. It says handle with care on the side, but there is nowhere for the misery to hide. Cardboard mattress, sleeping on the street, where the luxury and the poverty reach. Yeah, people walk by, avert the gaze, lost in the digital and the selfish maze. They don't see the man, they just see the trash. Worry about the market and the impending crash, but he's a survivor, tougher than the rest, putting the human spirit to the ultimate test. The cardboard softens when it starts to rain, adding the moisture to the physical pain, but it dries out when the sun comes up. Drinking the coffee from the styrofoam cup, it's insulation, thermal and cheap, helping the weary and the broken to sleep. I respect the hustle, respect the fight against the darkness and the fading light. He built a home out of what we throw away, living to see another difficult day. Cardboard mattress, sleeping on the street, where the luxury and the poverty meet. A paper castle, fragile and weak, the only shelter that the desperate seek. It says handle with care on the side, but there is nowhere for the misery to hide. Cardboard mattress, sleeping on the street, where the luxury and the poverty meet. One day the sanitation truck will come to clear the debris and the urban scum. They'll take the box, crush it in the back, leaving no trace and leaving no track. But tonight it stands, a fortress of one, underneath the moon and the rising sun. Don't judge the man until you feel the cold, until your story and your fortune unfold. We all one, check away from the curb, a tragic noun and a violent verb. Cardboard mattress is a sign of the times, written in the rhythm and the heavy rhyme. So walk soft, show a little grace, in the hard and the unforgiving place. Cardboard mattress, sleeping on the street, where the luxury and the poverty meet. A paper castle, fragile and weak, the only shelter that the desperate seek. It says handle with care on the side, but there is nowhere for the misery to hide. Cardboard rustling,
Heavy breathing. Good night.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, yo.
no leather chair, just a milk crate in the open air. The corner office, headquarters of the block, open 24 on the city clock. I conduct the meeting standing on the feet, CEO of the concrete street. No secretary to take the call, just the graffiti on the brick wall. The boardroom is the sidewalk, wide and gray, where the negotiations happen every day. I check the inventory, check the staff, separating the wheat from the chaff. My resume is written in the scars and ink, giving me the time to sit and to think. It ain't Wall Street, but the stakes are higher, walking on the wire in the heavy fire.
The corner office view of that, managing the things that we have and don't have. That condition, just a summer breeze, doing exactly as we damn well please. Street executive, suit made of sweat, the hardest working boss that you ever met.
Stocks go up, stocks go down, depending on the police in the town. Market fluctuates with the supply and demand, controlled by the invisible and heavy hand. I watch the competition across the street, trying to be subtle and trying to be discreet. Mergers and acquisitions, hostile takeovers, looking over shoulders like the lucky clovers. We got our own tax, our own VAT, wondering where the loyalty is really at. The overhead is low, but the risk is steep. Promises to keep before I go to sleep. My shareholders are the kids on the bike, checking the levels and holding the mic. Quarterly report is a nod of the head, counting up the living and counting the dead.
Corner office view of the air, managing the things that we have and don't have. No air condition, just a summer breeze, doing exactly as we damn well please. Street executive, suit made of sweat, the hardest working boss that you ever met.
One day I might retire, cash out the stock, move away from the pressure of the block. But for now I'm the chairman of the board, holding the keys and the heavy sword. The corner office teaches you how to read, the eyes of the hungry and the eyes of greed. No diploma needed, just the street smarts, mastering the science and the darker arts. So when you see me standing by the light, understand the power and understand the might of the business built on the asphalt floor, with the open window and the open door. Respect the position, respect the trade, the self-made man in the shade.
The corner office view of the air, managing the things that we have and don't have. No air condition, just a summer breeze, doing exactly as we damn well please. Street executive, suit made of sweat, the hardest working boss that you ever met.
Corn flip sound.
It don't say, it don't say, it don't wow. Yo, we don't say, we don't say, so on, we don't say, we don't say.
Yo, wrinkled texture, color of the earth, carrying the items of the highest worth. Brown paper bag, universal tool, used by the genius and used by the fool. Holding the bottle, hiding the label, sitting on the stoop or the kitchen table. It's the camouflage for the urban vice. Cold is the winter and cold is the ice. Or maybe it's a lunch, sandwich and a fruit, carried by the worker in the heavy boot. Or stacks of cash from the corner deal, making the fantasy become the real. You never know what's inside the sack until you peel the paper layer back. It's a mystery wrapped in a simple form, whether in the calm or whether in the storm. Brown paper bag, secret in the hand, understand the logic of the paper land. Hide the truth, show the disguise underneath the watching of the city eye. Wrinkled and torn, useful and cheap, promises and secrets that we always keep. I see the old man sipping by the store, bag twisted tight around the liquor cord, respecting the law while breaking the rule. Old school player from the old school. It's a symbol of privacy, a shield of right. In the middle of day, in the middle of night. The corner boy passing it to the car. Transaction happening near and far. Money goes in, product goes out, removing the shadow of the reasonable doubt. Or maybe it's groceries for the family, a simple necessity for you and me. It doesn't judge, it just holds the weight, accepting the burden and the paper fate. Disposable hero, use it and toss, counting up the profit and counting the loss. Brown paper bag, secret in the hand, understand the logic of the paper land. Hide the truth, show the disguise underneath the watching of the city eye. Crinkled and torn, useful and cheap, promises and secrets that we always keep. It tears easy if you grip too tight, spilling the contents in the broad daylight. A metaphor for life, fragile and thin, holding the virtue and holding the sin. Don't let the bottom fall out, hold the base, maintain the dignity and maintain the face. Brown paper bag, ubiquitous thing. Whatever the season and the weather bring, from the bodega to the penthouse suite, traveling the pavement of the concrete street. It carries the story of the city soul, playing the quiet and the crucial role. So next time you see one, wonder what's inside, the joy or the pain, or the foolish pride. Brown paper bag, secret in the hand, understand the logic of the paper land. Hide the truth, show the disguise underneath the watching of the city eyes. Crinkled and torn, useful and cheap, promises and secrets that we always keep. Paper crinkle, crinkle, paper crinkle, crinkle, paper crinkle, crinkle, paper crinkle, crinkle.
Cheers, cheers. Sip sound, sound. Cheers, cheers.
No stop the gal, the gal, the gal, the gal, the gal, the gal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The circle forms tight on the concrete floor, a gladiatorial pit for the lyrical war. Hoodies up, heads down, nodding to the beat, generating heat on the freezing street. No microphone needed, just the power of the lung, speaking in the sharp and the dangerous tongue. The rookie steps up with a tremble in his voice, making the fatal and the amateur choice. To stumble on the rhyme, to lose the attack. There is no mercy here, and no turning back. The veteran watches with a stone cold face, waiting to put the young boy in his place. Smoke fills the air, blended with the breath. A verbal game of life and a verbal game of death. The rhythm is the pulse, the words are the knife, cutting through the tension and the struggle of life.
The cipher, standing in the ring of fire, pushing the level and the limit higher. Spit your truth or get thrown to the side. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The cipher, iron sharpening the iron, walking into the den of the hungry lion. The beatboxer provides the canvas for the art, thumping in the chest and the beating heart. I step into the center, clear the throat, ready to rock the boat and the heavy coat. My syllables connect like a puzzle piece, granting the soul a momentary release. I talk about the struggle, talk about the pain, washing the competition down the drain. Eyes locked tight, reading the crowd. The silence is heavy, but the thoughts are loud. Respect is the currency, skill is the gold. A story of the warrior that is retold. Pass the invisible torch to the left side, enjoying the adrenaline and the ego ride. This is the training ground, the dojo floor, always coming back for a little bit more. The cipher, standing in the ring of fire, pushing the level and the limit higher. Spit your truth or get thrown to the side. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The cipher, iron sharpening the iron, walking into the den of the hungry lion. The moon watches down on the gathering of kings. Listen to the songs that the ghetto sings. No record deal here, no fame, no chart, just the raw expression of the broken heart. We battle for the honor, battle for the rep, watching every move and every single step. The energy is tribal, ancient and deep, awakening the spirits that are fast asleep.
sleep. The circle breaks up as the cops roll by, underneath the heavy and the midnight sky. But we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same spot, striking while the iron is glowing and hot. The cipher is eternal, the cipher is real, the only way that we can truly feel. Words as weapons, rhythm as a shield, dominating the urban battlefield. Heal the cipher, standing in a ring of fire, pushing the level and the limit higher. Spit your truth or get thrown to the side. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The cipher, iron sharpening the iron, walking into the den of the hungry lion. Yeah, pass the mic. One love, peace, peace. Yo, so standing on the corner, arm in the air, trying to get from here to over there. Yellow cab coming, light is on top. I step to the curb, waiting for the stop. He slows down, looks me in the face, accelerates back to the rat race. Off duty, sign flicks on real quick, making the stomach turn violent and sick. It happens once, it happens twice, cold as the winter and the polar ice. Then he picks up the guy in the suit down the block, a slap in the face, in the mental shock. It ain't about the shift, ain't about the time, it's the color of the skin and the fear of crime. I got money in the pocket, cash on the road, but I can't pay the toll for the taxes. So off duty, lights go dark, leaving me stranded by the city park. Yellow streak passing, splashing the rain, adding insult to daily pain. They see the hoodie, they hit the gas, watching the moments of the evening pass. I'm soaking wet, rain pouring down, the invisible man in the busy town. Zippy cab pulls up, battered in black. Where you going, kid? Hop in the back. He charges double, but he takes the ride, swallowing the anger and swallowing pride. The yellow cabs are the yellow lies, mobile discrimination in the disguise. They serve the tourists, serve the elite, ignoring the people who own the street. I see them gliding like sharks in the sea, blind to the reality of you and me. It's a small thing, but it cuts deep. A promise that the city fails to keep. Public transport, private reject, a total lack of the basic respect. Off duty, lights go dark, leaving me stranded by the city park. Yellow streak passing, splashing the rain, adding an insult to daily pain. They see the hoodie, they hit the gas, watching the moments of the evening pass. So I walk the blocks, boots on the ground, listening to the city and the splashing sound. I don't need your ride, I got my own feet, navigating through the concrete beat. Keep your meter, keep your yellow paint. You ain't a savior and you ain't a saint. One day the roles will flip and reverse, lifting the heavy in the taxi curse. But until then I watch them drive by, underneath the heavy in the weeping sky. Off duty means you checked out of life, cutting the connection with a dull knife. I make it home, dry off the skin, but the fire is burning deep within. Off duty, lights go dark, leaving me stranded by the city park. Yellow streak passing, splashing the rain, adding an insult to daily pain. They see the hoodie, they hit the gas, watching the moments of the evening pass. Car speeds by, splash and sound. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, where you at, where you at, yeah, where you at, where you at, where you at, the straight shot, yeah.
This is my final testimony, my stand, my truth, a confession from the roots of my youth. The streets of my story, I walk in the rain, they whisper my name in the shadow of pain. I seen the wars, the wounds, the scars, the stories of kings and they fallen stars. The real, the raw, the brutal, the true, the story I knew and the story I grew. This is the final testimony, the last word, the silent, unheard, the spoken, the blurred, the truth in my eyes, the storm in my voice, the final choice. The streets own voice. It's a
chessboard, the moves are slow. The cat and mouse in a deadly show in the alleyways. The whispers grow louder, the clock strikes. The final hour, the blood, the tears, the pain, the cost, the lives, the loss, the truth, the frost. But I stand tall, I take my claim, the ultimate aim. The streets own name. This is the final testimony, the last word, the silent, unheard, the spoken, the blurred, the truth in my eyes, the storm in my voice, the final choice, the streets own voice. This is the final testimony, the